Can you just briefly explain the what? What happened today?
Sure. So New York, like 6 other states and Washington, D.C., one of which is California, has a law that says only certain people can carry a gun in public. You have to apply for a permit from a state official, and you have to show that you have a special need, a particular reason that you're worried about your safety, a particular self-defense reason to carry the gun. So commonly this would mean if you have a protective order or a restraining order out against someone who's committed some act of violence or domestic violence or abuse against you before, and you have a particular worry that that person may attack you in public, you can get a permit to carry a gun in public. So under those kinds of laws, most ordinary citizens who don't have a special reason to be worried about their self-defense couldn't get permits and therefore couldn't carry guns in public. Kept a lot of guns off the street. There's evidence that this reduced gun violence by 13 to 15% in these 6 or 7 states plus DC. So meaningful reduction in violence. And the Supreme Court held today that these laws are unconstitutional. They violate the Second Amendment right of individuals to carry guns in public.
How will this affect California's law?
So the effect will be that individuals in California will be able to carry guns in public. Now, California, the court's opinion is very clear. New York can still set basic limits or requirements for what you have to do to get a gun permit. You can be forced to show that you haven't committed legal violations. You're a law-abiding citizen. You can be forced to take regular firearm safety courses. You can be forced to pass a mental health background check, right? So those limitations on who can carry guns are still permissible, the court makes clear. But what's not permissible is California and New York can no longer restrict or stop people from carrying a gun in public if they don't have this special need. Right. So anybody who just generally wants to carry a gun for self-defense purposes, if they're a law-abiding citizen, would be entitled to apply for a permit now. There are California jurisdictions, localities, cities in California right now that have the same approach, right? They have the same rule that you cannot carry a gun in public in the city limits in Los Angeles, in different cities, San Diego, unless you are able to prove to a licensing authority, a police officer, a member of the police department, that you have a special reason to carry the gun, that you're in danger to your personal safety, right? And the effect of that law in California right now until today has been to keep a lot of guns off the streets. Most people, because they don't have that personal self-defense concern, most people in California can't carry guns around in public. That's going to change. California now will be required to allow law-abiding citizens, people who pass background checks, mental health checks, to carry guns in public. And to some, at least myself, speaking personally, that's concerning because, in a perfect world, people carrying guns around in public aren't going to use them for dangerous reasons and they'll be there for self-defense. But guns accidentally fire. They can be used in the heat of the moment. Violent crime just goes up when there are more guns around. It's more dangerous. And so this is very concerning to individuals worried about gun safety.